Hello, this video is on how to use ear candy to lift up your production. I'm going to be using two examples, starting off with a K-pop production. The reason being is there's no better way to explain the role it plays than by using a K-pop track. Every K-pop song, they're using it, in many cases excessively. So yeah, this is the example number one. So yeah, a lot of craziness going on there. So I'm going to show you the bass. So this is obviously a layered bass. But what makes it unique is this. Ear candy isn't necessarily just percussion, as you see in this example. I've got this brass sound that punctuates on certain bass notes and in between, as you can see. So its function is to syncopate with the bass to create a funky groove, you know, in a similar way as a slap would on a slap bass. So now if we scan down the page, we get to the keyboard, and you hear this. It sounds relatively generic, doesn't really cut through, but I've layered it with this so that it does. And this is just a metallic sound. I've eroded it so it sounds brittle. Now the synth is basically very standard, but I've layered it with this guitar. So now it has more punch, obviously. But it's used with a synth, this brittle synth that's sort of high-end, edgy sound. And this just pushes it forward. Now if I turn it up, you can hear what it's doing in the mix. And then we have crazy dubstep sounds like this, just to add that extra layer of weirdness. And if you listen to it, I'll turn it up and you can hear it in the mix. Yeah, so that just stamps on the first beat. And then we have this reverse sound. I think it's just a sample and I just reversed it. And I'll turn it up and I'll do the same. So yeah, now you can sort of hear the roles these elements are playing in the context. but on their own, they're down so low in the mix that you don't register them. You don't know they're there, but they all play a pivotal role. And this is another one. It's just a synth that I've sliced up, and I'm throwing this into, it's a future funk song, so you got to throw these things in there to kind of funkify it. I'll crank this one up so you can hear it, what it's doing. When you listen to it all from a distance, it sounds complex, but it's not. When you break down the parts, here's another brass. And we have this here, which is a combination of 3 evil forces working together. And here's another one, just the percussion element. And I'll bring this up so you can hear what it's doing. But this ear candy here, this percussive track here, is what's stitching it all together. This is right through the chorus. And it's also through the verse. Again, very brittle sounds, very, transient type sounds. You can hear it in the verse as well. And this percussive element here, this is actually my theme. The whole track is structured around this one track. If we get to the second verse, I'll show you a few things going on there as well. Yeah, obviously you have some percussive elements going on there. Sort of the usual sort of thing. Nothing too out of the ordinary so far. It's actually this track that makes a difference in this verse. You listen to it without it, with it. So as you can hear, that adding that pitchy percussive element does make a world of difference. So now we're on to example 2, and this is R&B. So the plot consists of 2 parts. One is itself, and the other is this. And all I'm doing there is I've just I run the original pluck through a granular plugin, and then I just recorded certain sections and nothing too complicated. And then I just use the audio. But you can see here, I'm using it in the spaces. You create that nice kind of ear candiness, and it sounds better than it actually is. So yeah, it's just in between the pluck notes. So the EP is basically just your standard EP with a bell sound. So you've got your arpeggio and you've got your chords, and they're just layered on top of each other. And it gives it that nice sort of shimmering character. And then I've got this whisper. I'll turn it up so you can hear it. And that's just pushing this track forward. Now if I take it out and play it with just the hi-hat, it doesn't quite sound the same. And now I'll blend it in. So now I'm at the chorus, and this is my main synth. If I play it on its own, it's not very interesting. And for that reason, I'm layering it with this lead with a glide. So I hope you got a few ideas out of that video. If you did, just leave them in the comments, because I'd be actually very interested to know. And I'm going to be posting more content. I just haven't had a lot of time lately. It takes a shitload of time to make these videos. It really does. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.